Most of us look forward to getting a few extra hours of sleep on the weekends, but some new research from the University of Colorado Boulder found that that actually might not be the best thing for your health. Joining us now to let us in on the secrets of sleep is psychotherapist Dr. Lisa Palmer. Dr. Palmer, thank you for joining us. We appreciate your time.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Okay, so sleeping in on the weekend feels so good, but is it worth it in the long run?
Actually, according to research, it's not. Having a lot of sleep on the weekend can raise your insulin resistance levels, which could cause you to gain weight. So apparently it isn't. So burning the candle during the week and then trying to make up for it on the weekend doesn't seem to have the benefits we thought it might.
Okay, so any other way that it could be detrimental to your health besides, as you said, about the insulin? And are there any benefits, though, to possibly sleeping a little bit late on the weekends?
It definitely has temporary benefits. Sleeping always has some good benefits. But again, when we have insulin insensitivity and we tend to eat more and we'll gain weight, it's not so great. We definitely want to balance our lives, balance our schedule, balance our sleeping schedule. Sleeping about 7 to 8 hours a night is definitely recommended, and sticking to that schedule.
Okay, so what if you are, though, staying up later than your normal bedtime, which a lot of people do on the weekends? They go out late. Should they still be waking up the next morning as usual, kind of where they wake up during the week, and forego some sleep? Or is it okay to proportionately at least sleep a bit later?
I think it's great to sleep a bit later, but research is saying that if you're not getting enough sleep during the week and you're trying to make up for it a lot on the weekend, that it's just not good for you. We want to try to regulate, because when we sleep, we rest and digest. So how much we sleep is important, but the dosing of how we sleep is just as important, so that we're getting the rest that we need on a daily basis to help us balance our lives and our bodies.
All right, so in a perfect world, and we don't really live in perfect worlds, right? But what is the ideal sleep schedule?
7 to 8 hours a night. You know, a lot of people work a 9-to-5 job, so they're not able to get a great night's sleep. They're going to bed really late, waking up really early in the morning. But set a timer and just set boundaries and shut off your social media and shut off your computers and just say, hey, I'm going to go to bed and it's time for me to sleep, and tell all your friends to stop calling you, and you know, just set those boundaries and set that sleep schedule for yourself. So 7 to 8 hours a night.
So is it always good, though, to sleep at the same 7 to 8 hours? Like, so if you go to bed at 10, you should get up at 6 a.m. and you should always stick to that, or can you play with that a little bit?
Well, ideally, because what happens is our body has a circadian rhythm. So we want to balance our circadian rhythms and have that natural rhythm. And so it's like we have our own internal clock. So we want to make sure that we try to stick to that and go to bed at a decent hour. You know, 10:30, 11 o'clock is a good time. Don't try not to stay up till like 3 o'clock in the morning. Some people do. About half of Americans have a difficult time sleeping at night. So insomnia is a real problem in America, and so many people have this as an issue. I definitely treat insomnia and have a lot of, you know, a lot of success with that. But if we can balance our schedules and we can have a regular sleep schedule, it's the most wonderful thing, and you'll wake up feeling great and refreshed and peppy and focused, and your memory will be better, and just everything about you will function better. Like I said before, rest and digest. So have a regular sleep schedule, about 7 to 8 hours a night, and you know, just stick to it.
What is your best advice for people who do have insomnia? I know you were mentioning about 50% of Americans do. Besides for drugs, you know, like an Ambien, anything else that you could suggest them if they are, just say, setting aside those 8 hours to sleep but just cannot fall asleep or stay asleep?
Well, a lot of people don't realize that their insomnia is really coming from their brain trying to process negative events and issues in their lives. And so, unfortunately, a lot of people are staying up at night, not able to sleep. But when their PTSD is fully healed, we find that they are able to sleep better at night. And suddenly, someone who was maybe getting just a few hours of sleep, if even that at night, they're coming back saying, hey, I'm able to have a full night's sleep. And it really does make all the difference in the world as far as how they're able to function in their daily lives and just be more productive and more focused and more energetic. But when we resolve those PTSD symptoms, we feel so much better, and that insomnia is healed. And I see it with hundreds and thousands of patients that I have treated that this is the case.
All right, Dr. Lisa Palmer, thank you so much for being with us on Cheddar News today. And I wish I could sleep. I'm with you on that. I'm going to try some of your tips.
Yes, absolutely.